So, a third of the year has already passed, and it is time for me to do a recap on this rainy Friday morning. Yes, April showers are here. What's up, everyone? This is Patrice from My Embellished Life. Welcome back to my channel where I show you guys all of my soul shenanigans and whatever else tickles my fancy. Thank you so much for stopping by and deciding to embark on this incredible journey with me. Oh my goodness, that is a mouthful. But anyways, you guys, a third of the year of 2025 has passed, and it's time for me to do a sewing recap. What did I do from the months of January to April? Let's have a look. You guys, it's raining. We are finally getting those April showers on this Friday morning. So, my apologies if you're hearing all of the rumbling and whatever else nature wants to do in the background. But let's get into this sewing recap. So from the month of January to April, I sewed 10 garments and I completed 4 quilts. Now, at the beginning of the year, when I was talking about my 2025 sewing plans, I did mention that the aim this year wasn't in terms of quantity but quality. So I really wanted to focus on getting my adjustments right and proper. So I've been really trying hard to zero in on some things that I know that I should fix in order for me to get that sleek look that I often desired. So that's what I did, and it's been an adventure. I had some hits and some misses, and you guys were here for all of it. But I am so grateful for it, and the rain is starting again. We thank the Lord for the rain because it is hot up in here. Okay, I had to wait for a bit for the rain to die down, so I'm back. April showers, I'm happy for it. Anyway, as I was saying, this year I was focusing on quality over quantity, and also this year I wanted to focus more on indie patterns. So each month I did focus on a indie pattern company, and I think I'm going to continue throughout the year focusing on different pattern companies. I didn't have any in April because I had this grandiose idea of planning for my birthday month, which I ended up not doing. But it worked out great nonetheless. So we're gonna get into what I've made, and all of these projects, I should say, I either have a sew with me video or a sew and tell pattern review video for them. So I'll try to link them, but if not, they are available in the playlist marked Indie Pattern Spotlights or sew with me. Those are the 2 playlists that you would find them on my channel. So let's start with January. In January, I kicked it off with Ellie Mac Patterns. Absolutely love that pattern company, and I sewed up the Be Captivated dress and also the paper bag skirt pattern. So I have them here just to show you guys just for a quick second. I swear my tripod bar has been housing other things than my camera. You see there are some patterns cut out here. Then my clothing is here to show you all. Yeah, we are multitasking with this tripod bar. But anyway, so I saw that the Be Captivated dress, and I was able to do a sew with me for that one, which I absolutely enjoy. I think for this third of the year. I keep wanting to say quarter. It's not a quarter. I think the Be Captivated dress is actually my favorite made because not only did I made one, this is the first one I made. This is the one that was in the video, but I ended up making this one as well, too. And then there's the third one. Absolutely love this dress. Now, these dresses lives in my laundry basket. They do not stay long up in my wardrobe at all. And I actually have plans to make a fourth one because I want to try Chris's method. Chris from On Social. If you're not subscribed to her, check her out. I want to try her, oh my goodness, hollow hip adjustment. Yes, I do want to try her hollow hip adjustment, and I want to do it on this dress, this pattern. So my next time that I make it, which is going to be soon because I have the pattern earmarked for it, that is what I'm going to try out, the hollow hip adjustment with this. But the Be Captivated dress is actually a staple in my work wardrobe right now. I have plans to make more, and I absolutely love this dress. Oh, every time I wear these dresses, all of them, I just feel so feminine and chic and everything. I love it. And it is a super easy make. So if you want to hear more of the Be Captivated dress, feel free to watch that video, and also my introductory video for Ellie and Mac, as I talk about the company and all of that jazz. But this was my first for 2025, the Be Captivated dress by Ellie and Mac. Second make from Ellie and Mac was the paperback skirt. Absolutely love it. Now this fabric was gifted to me by a sewing friend. She used it in a project, had some leftovers, and I took it off her hands, and I'm happy that I was able to make this skirt out of it. Now, I'm not a person to wear a lot of skirts because I prefer dresses and jumpsuits. They're one pieces, makes my life easier, but I need them in my stash, and this one hit the jackpot. I absolutely love this material. Let me backtrack a bit back to the Be Captivated dress. That pattern is for knit fabric. So all of my knit fabric that I've used, I think they were all double knit. Yeah, they were double knit fabric. Absolutely love it. Now back to this. Absolutely love this skirt. I do wear it a lot as well. Love it. It's a perfect addition to my work wardrobe. One thing I must mention with Ellie and Mac is that their seam allowance is 1/4 of an inch. So that's something that you need to keep in mind, because we are so accustomed of 5/8 of an inch. If you're not paying attention, you can actually go back to 5/8 of an inch, and then your thing doesn't fit right. So pay attention. Ellie and Mac, 1/4 of an inch. So this is the paperback skirt dress. Oh, Pat, get it together. This is the paper bag skirt pattern. There we go, by Ellie and Mac. Also in January, I was able to make another garment that I wanted to try out for such a long time, and that was a vest top or waistcoat. And so I decided to try it with Butterick, I think it's 7018. So, and this one, yes, I think I did a sew with me with it. So this was the first time. Which one did I do with the sew with me? Because I made two. Okay, this was the first time I made it. And so with the recording of the video that I did, I wanted to include some adjustments and how I did it to get a better fit. So this was the first make, and then this was the outcome. So this is the vest. This skirt, I've made it a few years ago. I can't remember the Mac's pattern right now, but I had some extra fabric, so I decided to do the vest for the skirt, and it came out absolutely beautiful. This is another make that I wear often as well. I absolutely love it. Now I do want to go back and make it again because in that video I had to do some adjustments and take it in a bit. So honestly, and a viewer did mention it, it ended up looking more like a wrap top more than a vest. I mean, it's still cute, don't get me wrong, but if my intention was to have a vest, yeah, I understood what she was talking about. So I'm going to go back. I think I'll have to cut a smaller size, even though I got my armhole fittings and everything, my neck. I was so proud. I was so proud of it. But I am going to go back so I can actually get the vest look other than a wrap top look. But I'm going to keep this pattern in mind, that it can do both. It can serve me as a wrap top and it can serve as a vest as well. So I highly love this pattern. This pattern was 2 pattern pieces. You can't get nothing better than that. Very simple to make. It's Butterwick 7018. It's a retro pattern. Love it. So this was the original, and I've yet to make the skirt because I told you guys that I had the pleated skirt that I wanted to make with it. I've yet to make it. I haven't even finished completed putting all the pattern paper together to cut it out. It's been hanged over a bar since January. I have to sort it. But yes, Butterwick 7018, another great make. January was a great sewing month for me. Ellie and Mac has been good to me, and I was so excited. I definitely was on a high, and I went into February focusing on Dare and Do patterns. Another indie pattern company. Love them, love them, love them. And the 2 that I chose to focus on was the Belladone Dress and the Shardon Skirt. So the first one, the Belladone Dress. This one, if the Be Captivated dress was my favorite, this was my second favorite for this third of the year. Absolutely love this dress. This is another one that doesn't stay long in my wardrobe. It lives more in my laundry basket than anything. Absolutely love it, and I do have plans to make a second one. Actually, I've already pulled out the fabric to make a second one because this dress, baby, love it. Now I did do some adjustments as usual. In the shoulders, I had to decrease it by 1 inch just because originally it was hanging off of my shoulders, and I didn't want that, so I decreased it by 1 inch just for it to meet where it's supposed to be at my shoulder joints. I also went in a 1/4 inch underarms to get rid of the gaping underneath there, and also in the neck as well where there's the seam, I went in a 1/4 inch as well. And in the front of the neck, I actually had to do some front darts, some small darts, just for me to, decrease the gaping that I got in those areas. And it worked out beautifully. I have no complaints with this dress. Absolutely love it. I do plan to make it again. Oh my goodness. And so this dress, I think it was 9 pattern pieces. There's no facing, so as you can see, there's bias binding to finish off everything. Absolutely love this material. Now this material was a suiting blend that I had in my stash for such a long time, and I got it from Fabric Mart. Love it. Yeah, can't tell me nothing in this dress. So once again, this is the Belladone Dress by Dare and Doe. Brilliant make, simple make, highly encourage it. My second make from Dare and Doe was actually the Shardon Skirt. And here it is. The fabric is a cotton twill. Yes, so with this skirt, I've never worn it since I've made it and take the pictures in it. I've never worn it on the people's street. And there are a few reasons why. The first reason is that the fabric, like I said, is cotton twill. It wrinkles easily. Look at this skirt. So, when I wear it, well, when I tried it on and everything, I just felt like a ragamuffin. Even though I ironed it and everything, it just wrinkles very easily. And I can't see myself throughout the day just looking like this. I'm sorry. The second reason is that it's a little snug, not so snug that it's uncomfortable and I can't wear it, but it's a little snug nonetheless. So that is the second reason. The skirt came out great and everything, but I didn't enjoy making this skirt. And this skirt is not going to be a TNT for me. Yeah. One thing with Dare and Do patterns is that I would not recommend their patterns for a beginner. An intermediate sewist, yes. A beginner, no. Reason being is that I don't think their patterns, the instructions are detailed enough. So if you're a beginner, you can get frustrated. But with that being said, this Belladone dress, this is a keeper. This one, yeah, it's not going to be a TNT. Would I make it again in the future? Yeah, I will, but it's not a TNT for me. But here it is nonetheless, the Shardon Skirt. I still haven't found anything in my wardrobe that I would want to pair it with. I did purchase some fabric to make a top to pair it with, which I haven't already. So that top is still yet to be made. So until then, but I think I should at least wear it at least once, just for a few hours. I can't guarantee the whole day. This wrinkle situation I just don't like. But I think it deserves to be on the streets for just a few hours. So we'll see. But this is the Shardon skirt, and this was my second make in February. So that's it for February. I only managed to do 2 things in February, and it's all good for me. Now in March, I selected Tilly and the Buttons. I had a late start in March, and I'll tell you why. And so I was only able to do one outfit from Tilly and the Buttons, and that was the Sadi dress. And there's a sew with me for that dress. But here it is. Here it is. This is the Sadi dress. Now, with my sew with me, if it's one sew with me, I would tell you to watch is this one, because this one just had some shenanigans. My serger decided to act like a plum fool and jacked up my neckline. I still can't show it to you guys. This is just an embarrassment of Richie. Is my serger. I'm like, it too brute. Hey, it betrayed me. Anyway. So here is the dress. The contrasting fabric, which is the black, it's ponty knit, And then the main fabric, oh, I'm so disappointed. It is a double knit. Now, here is why I'm disappointed, because I know that I don't wear brown. I don't have brown clothing in my wardrobe. And subconsciously, I always knew why that was. You know, I love brown leather. So shoes, bags, and everything, brown, good. In clothing, no, no, no. So, I was like, foolish me, let me purchase some brown fabric and see, and get some stuff happening. And I absolutely love this fabric. And now I wished it was in a different color. Subconsciously, I always knew why. Brown makes me look frumpy. Oh my goodness. So I only wore this skirt once. And I just didn't enjoy it because brown makes me look. So I felt so frumpy in this dress. And I got compliments and everything because people love the design, they love the fit and everything. But as for me, I'm like, this just isn't working for me. So I do want to redeem myself with this dress because the pattern is an excellent pattern. I must say that once you put in all of your markings, because there are some markings to make sure that you get those that pointy pivoting thing all together. Once you do that, you are good. And once the serger doesn't betray you, you're good as well. You're good as well. But I want to redeem myself with this dress. The second time around, I'm just going to do everything in panty. I'm going to do the color blocking, yes, but everything is just going to be in panty. And then I'll be able to give, my final verdict on this dress, because I can see it being a staple like my Belladone dress. So I really want to love this pattern. So it just needs to work with me for a bit. But yes, this is the Sadi dress. I still will recommend it to people to sew up because, Tilly and the buttons, the patterns are so fun. And, they have so much resources that can hold your hand, if you need help, to just take you along the path so you can get to the finish line. So I really want to love this pattern. I am definitely going to sew it up again. Just not in brown. So sorry. So yes, this was the only garment that I made in March. And now let me tell you why. So my church, we do outreach. So that's when we go out in the community and, we try to, have like church outdoors in the community. So we invite the communities and then we have like food that we give out, so people can get something to eat. We really want to reach the less fortunate, those that are destitute and stuff like that. And so sometimes with the meals, we also do have like a clothing drive. So there, where we the church members, we donate gently used clothing, and so individuals in the community are able to, get something. There's no cost to it or anything. Now, so we plan to do outreach for Easter Sunday, which was the 20th of April. Okay, so when Apostle put out the announcement and he told us what it is and the clothing drive and stuff like that we had to prepare myself for, in my head I'm like, oh Patrice, you cleaned out your closet last year, because when it had the hurricane relief for, I think it was Hurricane Bella, that really did a number in St. Vincent and some of our Southern Caribbean islands. I did a massive overhaul in my wardrobe to the need. So my wardrobe now is looking a bit scanty. And one of the things he also put out a call for was for baby items. Now your girl over here doesn't have no pick-me, no chick, no child. Okay? So I'm like, you know what, Pat? You quilt. just donate some quilts and that would be your contribution. So originally I wanted to do 5, but I'm like, let's be realistic, Pat. If you didn't had a day job, yeah, that would have been feasible. But we have to go work and we have to make that moolah. So I ended up doing 3 blankets, and I'll pop the photos of them. I'm so proud of them. Love them. The hardest part when I do quilts is that I fall in love with them. So it's also difficult for me to release them sometimes because they are so beautiful. But anyway, so I did 3 quilts and I donated them to the clothing drive. And I told the apostle, let the Lord tell you who exactly to give these things to, because it was only 3. So yes, I spent my time in March doing those 3 quilts. And so yeah, that went on in March and into April, I should say. So in April, I didn't do any sewing except for one garment that I did, I think a week or so ago. So I didn't do anything for my birthday and stuff like that. And it was cool. It was cool. I wasn't, even though I had the ideas of what it is I wanted to do, I still didn't really have that motivation because I was so caught up in my quilting, and that's where my excitement was at the time. So for me, it's like, Pat, you know what? It's cool. And I didn't want to force it because if I knew if I forced it, it would have broken me. It would have broke my soul jaw. So it was all cool over here with me. So I did 3 for the I did 3 quilts for the outreach, 2 girls and 1 boy, and then I had a request for a baby quilt. A sewing friend of mine asked me to do a quilt, do the quilt top for her granddaughter, and then she will just do the rest. She will sandwich it and do the quilting and everything for it. So I also did that. So in all, I actually did 4 quilts between the months of March and April, and I'm actually working here on another one because my eldest sister requested a quilt since January, and hers one is more of a queen size. So all of them are here. The pieces are here. I just need to put everything together. So I want to get this out of the way before I start doing anything else because she's breathing down my neck now for it. So yeah. So in April, like I mentioned, I did 1 blouse. 1 top, I should say. Not a blouse, but it's more of a top. And this is, let me tell you, this is Macaw's 8287. So with this top, I had a mission. Not I had a mission. I was on a mission because I wanted to see if I could transfer the pivot and slide method from Nancy Simon into my indie patterns, because the pivot and slide method was actually developed for the big 5. At the time when Nancy developed it, indie patterns, I don't think it was a thing, and if they existed, it wasn't a popular thing. The big 5 was where it was at. So the calculations and everything was done for the big 5. Actually, when you take the front bust measurement, so you would measure from one armpit to the next, and that number would tell you which pattern size that you will select, and then you will do the adjustments from there. So it was for the big 5. So I needed to know how to transfer that for indie patterns, because we know there are different blocks and everything. So I said, okay, Pat, if I can't use my front bust measurement, let's see if I can use my high bust measurement and then take it from there. Let's see what the results are. So that's what I did for this top. I took my high bust measurements and then I used and from there I selected the pattern and then continued the steps from the pivot and slide to do whatever adjustments. And listen, I love the outcome. I also did a slope shoulder adjustment for this. Love it. Let me tell you the outcome for this. And yes, I did a sew with me so you can catch it. The outcome, I absolutely love this outcome. There's no sagging, there's no gaping. It fits beautifully. So I wore this once. Love it. Love the material. It has a denim feel to it, and it's also the weight of denim as well. Love it. Absolutely love it. So with this, I am going to transfer it to my indie patterns, using my high bust measurements and then taking it from there and see what I get. But I'm so glad that it worked. Listen, I'm really trying to get this fitting thing for my body started. So for me, once I get, my upper region, sorted, everything else will fall into place. And I think that I've managed to, do what I can or do all that I can for my upper body. And now it's time for me to focus now on my lower body. So I think the next pattern that I might do would be a trouser, just for me to fine tune, everything that happens in my lower body. So we'll see. So that's the only thing I did in April was this top. And I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. My quilting took up a lot of the time, but I'm still, I'm not mad about it at all. So that is all that I did from January to April. And the fun continues. I actually have some plans that toying with, and I'm going to make another video right after this. I'm going to make another video talking about those plans. Hopefully they come to fruition, but I'm going to speak about them anyway, and then we'll see how that goes. But you guys, thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me and just hearing about me recap about my sewing shenanigans and my adventures and all of that good stuff. Yes. So if you've laughed at this song, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you can be aware of all of my shenanigans. Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts, keep on smiling, and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.